Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today's episode is on grounded feminine energy and your goddess embodies. Now, we will discuss what is goddess embodiment and why do we need to be grounded for this goddess embodiment. But before we dive in, I want to say hello, my gorgeous sisters. I hope you are breathing and feeling. It has been quite intense with the purging symptoms for everybody. So it's not just you. Know that everybody's feeling it. Well, I mean, anybody and everybody who's conscious of it and who's on the path. Other people might be just getting lost in the drama and blaming it on the circumstances, right? Their experiences, because that's still the old paradigm. That's still what the ego does. That's still what the old conditioning will do. Well, yes, and sometimes, of course, they will blame it on themselves. But you know better. You understand that whatever is happening within your life is happening for you, and that whatever is within your life is also timely, right? It's all so divinely orchestrated. It's all a part of your unique journey, all the lessons that you are here to learn, all the karma that you are here to clear, right? All the illumination that you are here to choose for yourself. It's all being worked with through the life experience, because remember, Earth is a school. It's not even real, it's just a dream, and we're here to ascend at this time on planet Earth. So you always remembering that you must trust yourself, you must trust your timing, and that no matter how much your ego does not like what's happening, and no matter how much you're looking to see in your environment, in your life, the proof and the evidence of that it's not happening, and am I going crazy, and maybe I'm not doing it right. But be clear on that your soul is not making any mistakes, right? If anything hasn't manifested yet, there's a reason for it. And of course, the ego is gonna wanna have its way. And but I want this, and I'm wasting time, and why isn't it happening, and maybe I'm doing it wrong, or am I missing something? And so you need to now learn, right, to really, really, really protect your light. You have to be the protector of your light. You have to be the wisdom from within yourself to yourself, right? On a daily basis, reminding yourself of that, yes. As much as I would like for things to be manifested right here and right now, I do trust the process, and maybe there's deeper to go, and maybe there's more to learn, and maybe there's deeper and more karma to clear, right? You don't know, but your soul does know. Your soul knows. Your brain doesn't. Your ego certainly doesn't. So this was just a quick reminder for all of you. And from here, let's go ahead. Let's dive into the grounded feminine energy. And that through the grounded feminine energy, your goddess embodies. Now, let me just say this. Goddess embodiment has nothing to do with a religion. So when I speak about the goddess, I speak about the divinity that is you. I speak about the soul that is you. I speak about you in your glorious light, you being source in your essence, right? And we're saying goddess because this is all about the feminine energy, because the feminine energy is the ascension energy. The feminine energy is the portal to your light, to your soul, to your intuition, to all of the dimensions. The feminine energy is the healing energy, and the feminine energy, of course, is also the grounding energy, right? And so from here, go ahead and come into the breath and let yourself relax into the breath. Nice, deep, slow, conscious in and exhales. Letting yourself relax into your breath. If you can, keep your eyes open. Integrate the breath into the doings unless you are fatigued and you want to close your eyes and just relax and be. And that's wonderful too. Because I'm feeling that some of you might be a bit tired. Because yes, the frequencies that have been pouring into Earth have been so high, triggering everybody to the utmost. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know it's not always pleasurable, but it's part of this process because this is the time that we have chosen to be here. And we have chosen to be here for this ascension process. We have chosen to come here and participate in this ascension process, right? Illuminating all lifetimes so that our soul is freed from the illusion. Meaning we used to believe that this was the reality. In the old paradigm, it was all about what you can see is, okay, you can believe that. Or if you can prove this to me, okay, I'll believe it. Show it to me, prove it to me, and I'll believe it. And I even hear it from people every day now, right? They say things such as, I need proof though. I want proof. You know, my father passed and I'm so hoping to get a sign from him. And I'm so hoping, and I ask him every day, Dad, show me. And I'm not getting any proof. And so I'm having a hard time believing it. Or I'm hearing somebody say, my friend passed. Same story, right? They're waiting for a sign. They're waiting for communication. They're waiting for that proof. And whenever we're looking for proof, this is also ego. And it's a very important part about ego. And this is also why I started this off with ego awareness and remembering that, yes, you're always going to have to stay watchful, right? Because your ego is sneaky. The ego comes in all sorts of different ways. And so, especially when it comes to goddess embodiment, right? First of all, your ego has no idea what it is that you are goddess, what it is that you are light, what it is that you are listening to this intuition through the feminine energy. All of that is already very dangerous to your ego. And so your ego is going to try to make it wrong, make it bad, jump in, worry, doubt, fear, and so on. So stay aware of your ego and the way it may come in. It's like water, it always finds its way. But the more that you are breathing and the more that you are staying in your feminine energy, the easier it will become for you to detect ego. The easier it will become for you to recognize these old energies that are not of your light. Right? And that's your work. That really, in essence, is goddess embodiment. For you to grow and illuminate so much and become so clear in yourself that you now begin to really recognize the energies that are not of your light, or the energies that are coming up for purging, or the energies that are being triggered and activated by another or circumstances in the world. And then as you notice these energies, then it is up to you to remember and to make it a point for yourself to heal them. To make it a point for yourself to work on them and to understand them and to bring the higher mind wisdom into them, and maybe do some inner child work. So everything is being neutralized, everything is being brought onto the same page, because all of this healing work, of course, that I've been speaking about for forever, it is the foundation for your goddess embodiment. Yes, it is absolutely necessary, because otherwise your light cannot embody, right? And so, so when we're speaking about goddess, we are not speaking about religion, not at all. You can be any religion or no religion. As long as you believe and know that you are more than just this body, we are golden. Now, when I refer to goddess, it is also not an external or foreign entity. We are not here to have you embody another goddess. Okay, so maybe you have been the incarnation of a goddess in another lifetime. That is absolutely possible. Then you will be able to connect with her and bring her forth. But goddess embodiment is also the work of working with the goddesses more actively. And working with the goddesses more actively is wonderful. And if there is one particular goddess that you feel drawn to, maybe it is a goddess that you can channel. Maybe it is a goddess that you can connect with. Maybe it is a goddess that you can, really work through in terms of understanding yourself as a goddess. But most importantly, we want to remember that it's all about you and yourself. You don't need to be working with any goddess. It is really about you and your light. It is really about you and your divinity. It is really about you and your inner connection to your soul, to your creator self, to your infinite possibility self. This infinite being that you really are, that has come here to play human. And so when we're talking about this ascension process and what it is to embody your goddess, right? It is really about you shifting your identity. It is shifting from yourself as human to the identification with yourself as light. And that's a process. There are layers to this. There are levels to this. You are going to deepen and deepen and deepen through the layers of the old conditioning, through the layers of the old trauma and wounding, through the layers of the old beliefs, through the layers of the old fears and doubts and scarcity and victim mentality. Yes, we're excavating, and more room is being made for this light embodiment that really is your goddess. And as you are embodying more of your light, you will find it easier and easier to actually shift your identification to yourself as this light, as this infinite possibility being, as the soul that you really are, one extension of source. Yes, and so this shift is really important because it is old paradigm versus new paradigm. Old paradigm being the identifying with this body, this life, this is the reality, this is what we know, to I am this light, I am this goddess, I am this infinite, beautiful being of love, of light, of joy, of strength, of clarity, of wisdom, of inspiration, of creativity. And make sure you keep reminding yourself of this is who I am. This is who I really am. So that it sinks in. You can even stand in front of the mirror and look into your left eye as you are confirming to yourself who you really are, as you are confirming to yourself that yes, I am playing this human character. You can say your name. But in truth, I am Creator incarnate. In truth, I am this glorious, wonderful light being. I am love. I am joy. I am authentic empowerment. I am freedom. I am prosperity. I am health. I am grace. I am compassion. I am forgiveness. And so all of this beautiful, wonderful glory and grace that you really are can only embody when you are grounded. And this is hugely important because in essence, really the feminine energy is a part of the grounding. You know, we cannot really actually be grounded when we're not even slightly in the feminine energy. Right? Because again, when we're externally focused, relating and attaching to the external, wanting this, wanting that, it pulls us out of our feminine energy and it pulls us out of our grounding because we're in the brain, in the masculine energy, externally focused. But when we are grounded, and when we're in our breath, we're naturally now in our feminine energy. And the more that we're grounded in our feminine energy, the easier this ascension process becomes. Yes, the faster we are purging and clearing and releasing all of the old energies. And more of our light is embodying, because remember, it's the very simple principle of where your energy goes that grows, right? What you focus your energy on, that is what you will expand, because you are the creator. So the more that you are focusing onto yourself, the inner self, your light self, your true self, and staying grounded, making sure you are seeing your root, you're feeling your roots, bringing up the earth vibration on every inhale. Which episode was it that I gave you this grounding practice? Look through the earlier, I'm trying to remember now, look through the earlier episodes. It's a very detailed grounding practice that I swear on. It always works like a charm. So look that up, right? But it's all grounded in you being deeply rooted into Mother Earth. And then like the tree on the inhale, you're bringing up the earth vibration, right? And you're filling yourself up and you're opening through the crown and you're spilling the earth vibration over into your outer bodies. And so the more that you are grounded, the stronger you will feel, the more empowered you will feel, and also the more you are signaling to yourself as the light, your readiness. You're basically making the bed. You're setting the foundation. Build it and they will come, right? So all of these funny human concepts of lay the foundation and your light will come, because it's like you're sending an invitation. The more that you are grounding yourself and the more you're staying grounded, the more you are in your feminine energy, and the more your light will feel this invitation and see this wonderful bedding all ready for your true self to embody more. And so it's this shift. It's this shift from this human self to your eternal self. And of course, it's not going to make sense to the ego, right? So you have to be watchful, because your ego is going to try to fight it again and say that, oh, you're just making it up, or how do you really know, right? Because the ego is going to challenge this and it's going to want proof. And then you have to be the one to protect this inner wisdom. You have to be the one to stand up for this beauty and this grace that you really are. Right? You need to tell the ego, no, I'm not even playing. I'm not even going to allow you to do this. We're here to ascend. We're here to embody light. And let me show you the light. Let me show you who I really am, right? Let your ego learn at this point. It's got to learn about this process that you are choosing, right? And so it is a choice, because remember, this is the planet of free choice. And so it is layer by layer, more and more, deeper and deeper. You're excavating and you are allowing yourself to receive. And again, this grounding foundation, right? It is the planet of free choice. And this is again where we have to come back to why the grounding and why you have to choose this new identity. And you have to learn to work with it every day now, right? Because you came here to be in this body. And when you think of this experience of coming into this body, why would you come into this body, right? If not fully be in this body? Why would you come into this body when not fully embrace it, right? Why not come into this body when not fully grounded within it and strong within it and present within it? Because only when we are grounded, and I do have to say, the first chakra is really truly the most important chakra. Not that one is more or less. But when we are not grounded, when we're not feeling safe in our body, when we're not fully present in our body, what happens? We are on automatic pilot, and whoop, just like that, we're right back in the old paradigm. Just like that, whoop, we're right back in the automatic pilot and conditioning and the triggers and the habits and the tendencies, right? They have the ability to suck us right back in. And this is why the grounding has to be your go-to every day now. When in doubt, ground. When in doubt, breathe and ground. Breathe and ground. And what are your signs for that you are ungrounded? Well, overthinking, overdoing, rushing, thinking in ways that are doubtful or worrisome or what-ifing or shoulda, coulda, woulda, or fearful thinking, right? Or even looking through the lower perspectives, such as scarcity or victim mentality, and they have layers as well, remember, right? So really beginning to integrate all of this work now. You got to stay aware of the ego. You got to make sure you're in your breath. You catch yourself when you're getting sucked out of your center, when you're getting sucked out of your feminine energy and you're focused on the external. When you're too focused on the external and everything you're thinking about and everything you're looking at and everything you're wanting to, address is external, you have to schedule yourself in. You've got to schedule your grounding in. You've got to schedule your breath and grounding into your day. And walk up to the mirror. Walk up to the mirror and say to yourself, look into the left eye, because your left eye connects you right into your subconscious. Look into your left eye and say to yourself, I am this light. I am this joy. I am this love. I am this grace. And it's okay to sometimes not feel like that's the truth. Because not every moment is going to feel joyous. Not every moment is going to feel empowered. Not every moment is going to feel graceful and easy. Right? And that's part of the acknowledgement too, because you're still in the midst of the transformation. It's not happening from one day to the next. It's a slow and steady process. It's a deepening. It's excavating through the layers. So when you are acknowledging to yourself who you really are, also acknowledge to yourself that it's okay to sometimes still have experiences that are of the old energy, that are still of the old paradigm. As long as you don't act from them, as long as you don't think into them, speak from these old ways, or act, right, from these old energies, letting yourself breathe and feel and move them through, consciously being the light, right? And this is when you are choosing. It is your choice. Planet of free choice, it is your choice. You set the tone, you set the pace for yourself. And don't do it to get somewhere. Don't do it to be the light. Don't do it to get out of the discomfort. That's just going to create more resistance. Do it because you're surrendering to the moment. Do it because you're surrendering to the transformation. Do it because you are choosing to be the light. And as the light, in this moment, playing this human character, you're feeling discomfort. You're feeling challenge. You're experiencing challenge. And as the light, you knew coming here it would be a back and forth. You knew it would be, a process and time-consuming transformation. You as the light do not discriminate challenges. You as the light do not judge old energies or emotions. You celebrate it as it comes up. You surrender to the purging process because you know it is clearing the way. You as the light are smiling at the challenges. You as the light know everything is happening for you, orchestrated by you. You, your higher self, you, are always on your side, are always making sure you get the experiences that you still need. It is just the human part that you need to get onto the same page. And all of the facets of you, including your ego. And some days are going to be easier and some days are going to be harder. And some days you're going to have great openings where you're feeling your goddess. And maybe you're even communicating with your goddess. And you're maybe even seeing a sister goddess. Recognizing the sisterhood as that will expand and open. Maybe you're even having a goddess come to you. But in the end, it's all about you and your light. And you need to stay in your light because you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your own guidance, your own intuition, your own knowing. Do not fall prey to an external being presenting itself as light either, right? You have to be so discerning and so clear in your commitment to your highest light that you ask, are you of the highest light? If you are not of the highest light, I command you to leave at once, right? Unless you can feel it. Because, sometimes these beings can disguise themselves and show themselves as light, but that's also something that we can feel when we're really in ourself, when we're really in our light, when we're really in our feminine energy and grounded. When we're grounded and deeply seated within ourselves, very little can fool us. Very little can fool us. Not even the ego. And so therefore, first things first, grounding. When in doubt, breathe and ground, breathe and ground, breathe and ground. And then from here, slow and steady. Stay in your light. Get your guidance from within. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? Right? And I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to say that everything that comes to you is going to be disguising as light. Right? That's not the case. you have your support team surrounding you and protecting you as well. But it does happen, especially in ascension time like this. The darkness is fighting for its survival, and you must be more discerning than ever before. And so therefore, depend on yourself. Depend on your own light, on your own guidance, on your own intuition, most and foremost. And this is the way you're keeping yourself safe, and this is the way you're keeping and maintaining your light embodiment and flow in a strong and gentle way. And yes, strong and gentle exist at the same time, because your feminine energy is gentle yet so strong. She wears down rock. She wears down darkness. She is, right? She is light. Nothing can hold on. Nothing can attach. And so for you to stay in your breath, in your grounding, first and foremost, all day, every day, if possible, you are really surrendering. You are really saying yes. You are really in that state of acceptance as the light. You have come here to move through this process. Reminding yourself, again, look in the mirror, look into your left eye. Keep reinforcing to yourself who you really are. Keep embedding into your subconscious the truth of you. Because only you can do this inner work. You can of course get assistance with it. But in the end, you have to choose it. You have to ground. You have to breathe. You have to shift your identification from your human self to your light self. And let me just say one more thing. And this is probably the most important thing from the whole podcast for you to take away. Ascension is not going to mean it's going to be boring. Ascension, you being your goddess, you being in your light, doesn't mean you're going to lose yourself or it's going to become too boring and dull. On the contrary, you will love life more than ever before. You will love yourself more than ever before. You will manifest more easily than ever before. You will begin to really have fun with this human experience, and you will really elevate and rise above the old paradigm and freeing yourself from all of that lack and fear and scarcity and victim and disease. You're going to free yourself from all of that naturally, because none of that can exist in your light. And yes, you're still going to have lots of fun, and you're going to have laughter and friends and all the wonderful things that you are going to feel called to do are going to be fulfilling. And you are going to have love and enjoy long walks and luscious foods and a lover's touch. It's all still going to be a part of your life, but it's going to be good. And it's going to be supportive. And it's going to be connected. And it's going to be real. It's going to be feeling real for the first time in your life. Good, my sweet sister. Thank you. Thank you for your presence here, your energy. Thank you for your light. I appreciate your light so very much. And please do subscribe, like, and share so we can all grow together. And from here, I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses. Ciao for now.